The next segment is the Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders, and no better spokesperson than Paul Polman, CEO of Unileve. Paul, you have the floor.
If you go on the stock exchange, I hope you'll apply for a B Corp. So Lise and Achem, thanks for doing this. I can talk many coalitions, but the one I've been asked to talk about is the CEO Climate Leaders Initiative. It actually brings together the CEOs of some of the world's biggest global companies to support global climate action. Together, we as CEOs call for action on climate change, and bold action I'm talking about here, ready to work with the international community to help deliver the practical solutions needed in 2016 and beyond. This is a CEO-led initiative, very important, that started from a conversation actually in Davos and is facilitated by the World Economic Forum. The group has doubled in size in the last 12 months and is actually growing very fast. And it increased momentum is shown behind this group with the climate actions coming from the private sector. The initiative comprises of 79 CEOs, many of them in the room here, representing operations in about 150 countries, combined revenue of over $2 trillion, and a quarter of the signatories, which is important as well, are in countries like India, China, Brazil, and Indonesia. I don't want to single out all of the people here, but we have more than 10 of them in the room in companies like Enel or Engie or HSBC, IKEA, Schneider, Solvay, Suez, and many others. Thanks for your leadership on this. As business leaders, we recognize the business case for climate action. As CEOs, we understand the important signals it sends when climate leadership comes from the very, very top. Together, we are committed to providing that leadership in our global value chains, in our industries, in our communities, and yes, to our more than 7 million employees that work for these wonderful companies. Every one of these companies is taking serious action. If I talk very briefly about my company, we were proud to announce last month, carefully timed for this summit as a coincidence, that we would become carbon positive by 2030. We are actually supporting the generation of more renewable energy than we need for our operations worldwide. So I think we should think about positive, not even neutral. Now, we've committed to 100% renewable energy since we launched our Unileve Sustainable Living Plan, including our pledge on deforestation and many other things. The good thing is that we show that you can do that increasingly so and be economically viable. There is no trade-off. Now, in setting these longer-term goals, in this case by 2030, to be carbon positive in operations like ours, we certainly hope to inspire the negotiators to set a long-term goal for them as well, in this case for the world. We hope very much that the Paris Agreement will contain a long-term goal of climate neutrality, and we already have figured out the definition for them, and hope to do that by 2050, securing a 2-degree outcome, or may I say, opening the door, keeping the door open for a 1.5-degree outcome. Commitments made by the members of the CEO Climate Leaders Initiative clearly show the end, in my opinion, of business as usual, and a clear understanding that we should stop keeping borrowing from future generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Paul, for this announcement as well, and the leadership by the companies you have just referred to.